Daily Tech News with Alan Smithson.
Good morning. Welcome to Daily Tech News. My name is Alan Smithson. Today is Wednesday, July 10th, and we're starting off with the world's largest offshore wind farm to add capacity to 6 million homes. The Dodger Bank wind farm will power 6 million homes at its peak and further adding capacity before it's even complete. And this is a quick snapshot of what it looks like. It's located in the North Sea, which gets tons and tons of wind. And it says here the Dodger Wind Bank, the world's largest offshore wind farm with a capacity of 3.6 gigawatts, is set for an expansion after developers have submitted a scoping report for the Phase D of the project. The latest move could see over 2 gigawatts of capacity being added to the project. It says, how big is the Dodger Bank project? Located up to 124 miles off the coast of Yorkshire, the Dodger Bank project is a group of offshore wind farms located in the North Sea. The project is being built in phases of up to 1.2 gigawatts of capacity each. The project is powered by GE's Halide series of wind turbines, which have a maximum power rating of 14.7 megawatts. As many as 277 turbines are expected to be installed in the first 3 phases of the project, leading to a combined power generation capacity of 3.6 gigawatts. At its peak, the project will be able to meet the energy needs of 6 million homes. This is great news for clean power. Just how beautiful does that look? I love it. Okay, over to this simple new process stores carbon dioxide into concrete. So we keep developing these systems for sequestering carbon, but what do we do with that carbon? We have this kind of powder of carbon that we have to deal with, and they've been able to bubble carbon right into the concrete. It says by using a carbonated rather than a still water-based solution during the concrete manufacturing process, a Northwestern University-led team of engineers has discovered a new way to store carbon dioxide in the ubiquitous construction material of concrete. Not only will the new process help sequester CO2 from the ever-warming atmosphere, it also results in concrete with uncompromised strength and durability. That is fantastic news for more amazing progress in the clean energy revolution. All right, mass production may soon make ultra-large nano-transparent screens accessible to everyone. This is really cool. It's like a transparent see-through screen, but it's huge. Its supersized nano-transparent screen has been developed and commercialized for the first time in the world. This innovative screen can adjust its transparency according to the environment and can be produced at low cost, paving the way for widespread adoption of large transparent screens, which have now up until now been prohibitively expensive. If you don't know, if you don't remember, we created the emulator, which is a massive see-through touchscreen DJ system back in 2010, and we used a projector to shine up on the bottom to give that kind of double-sided effect. But having something like this where you can actually dial in the brightness would be really, really cool for that. So I'm pretty excited to see where this goes, because we are going to bring back emulator next year. Okay, nuclear battery provides power for 50 years without needing to charge. Betavolt says its battery could power mobile phones that never need to be charged and drones that can fly forever. Well, unless they hit a tree branch and then they fall apart. But you get the point here. Check it out. I'm going to play this here. So this nuclear battery provides power for 50 years without needing to charge. It's tiny, and it's got some radioactive material in it, of course, and it's powering this using kind of a nuclear miniaturization, I guess, if you would. And I think it's just a super cool concept. If we can do this lifetime 50-year battery, that would be really incredible. And yeah, that's incredible news. We got all sorts of cool stuff coming out. This is neat. The world's most accurate and precise atomic clock pushes new frontiers in physics. And this is what it looks like. Of course, it's very nerdy, and it's in the science labs of the world. But it says here, an extremely cold gas of strontium atoms is trapped in a web of light known as an optical lattice. The atoms are held in an ultra-high vacuum environment, which means there's almost no air or other gases present. The vacuum helps preserve atoms' delicate quantum states, which are fragile. The red dot you see in this image is a reflection of the laser light used to create the atom trap. I've actually been to a quantum lab and seen the effects of an ion trap. Super cool. Like, there's lasers basically holding an atom in space. Very, very cool stuff. In humankind's ever-ticking pursuit of perfection, scientists have developed an atomic clock that is more precise and accurate than any clock previously created. The new clock was built by researchers at JILA, a joint institution of the National Institutes of Standards and Technology and the University of Colorado. So very, very cool stuff there. We are going to have more accurate atomic clocks to keep time. Now, if we can take the atomic clock and the never-ending battery, you got a wristwatch that's worth wearing forever. Okay, startups working on using the ocean as a waste dump for CO2. So instead of putting it into carbon dioxide into concrete, we're now going to be able to use the ocean as a waste dump for CO2. And the problem is, where does it go? Does it just kind of float around in the ocean? Is there a way that we can use sediments to bring it down to the bottom and just kind of sequester it at the bottom of the ocean? I know my friend Carrie was working on something like that before, where they took a particulate, poured it in the ocean, and it actually takes CO2 from the ocean and pushes it down and then sits it on the bottom. So this one here, it says the ocean basically does the work for us. Our fight against climate change is getting desperate. We may be on our way to renewables-powered future, but until then, immediate solutions are needed to contend with soaring temperatures and rising sea levels. That scientists have considered ambitious large-scale projects to engineer the climate in our favor, such as reducing the sunlight hitting our planet. Don't do that. They want to put like a dome above us with, remember back in the day we had, acid rain and we had this whole dome? Yeah, let's maybe not do that. And sucking carbon out of the air. I don't know, trees do a great job of this, so let's maybe look at other things as well. Algae does a great job. And now there's a new form of climate engineering that's entering the conversation. At least a dozen startups are experimenting with supercharging the world's oceans into absorbing even more carbon than they already do. I hope this doesn't wreck the oceans for the rest of us, but the ocean basically does the work for us. I guess we'll see. This idea may alarm me, it does. Our oceans already absorb somewhere between 25 and 30% of all atmospheric carbon, and humans' excessive emissions are pushing them to the brink. As carbon stores build up, seawater becomes more acidic, threatening marine ecosystems and rendering oceans less hospitable and habitable for life. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. It doesn't sound like the greatest solution, but if we can get it to sit and just go right to the bottom and put a layer, it should be fun. NASA hires SpaceX to destroy the International Space Station. No! We've had the ISS for so long now that it just feels like part of our planet. It's orbiting around us at all times, but it is come to the end of its useful lifespan, and by 2030 they're going to destroy it by bringing it in a controlled deorbit. It says in a press release, the space agency announced that Elon Musk-led space company has been selected to develop a U.S. deorbit vehicle that's designed to pull the aging orbital outpost out of its orbit and burn up during its swan song re-entry into the atmosphere. This decision also supports NASA's plans for future commercial destinations and allows for the continued use of space near Earth. And so the orbital laboratory remains a blueprint for science, exploration, and partnerships in space for the benefit of all. Amazing. Okay. So this is really cool, pulling the 900,000 pound, 358-foot structure, the largest human-made object to have ever orbited our planet out of stable orbit into atmosphere, comes with plenty of risks. Most prominently, experts don't expect the entire thing to simply burn up. Giant pieces could survive the ordeal and potentially come crashing down over populated areas. To mitigate that risk, they're now working with SpaceX to bring it down in a controlled area. Earlier estimates pegged the cost of this as $1 billion. And the contract is near $1 billion, $843 million. So $1 billion to take the ISS out of space by 2030. Go SpaceX. Okay, this is really cool. It has nothing to do with space or carbon sequestration. It's Genius Beer ad shows why humans are better than AI. I love this. Love it. In an age of robotics, AI, and automation, what makes us human is our relationships with other humans. So let's not lose sight of that. Okay, over to more AI magic. Look at this. This is AI video. The one on the right really got me. Who doesn't love their pasta dancing? I got nothing. That's just pretty cool. All right, over to this we've got here. Being able to relight a scene with a video. This is really cool because now you can just take a normal source video, create a light map, and relight the scene on the left there. How cool is that we can relight entire scenes, completely rendered. Very cool. Oh, that's neat. So AI is taking real videos and relighting them. That's super cool. And there's I will put the links in the comments of the YouTube video. As always, you will be able to get the workflow, the tutorial, and how to do it yourself, because why wouldn't we provide that? Okay, over to this here. This is really neat. This is turning your room into an alien spacecraft, and I thought this was just a fun way to use virtual reality. Look at this. How cool is it? I guess there's no sound on this one, but yeah, you turn your whole environment into a spaceship, which you can then interact with. And so you're using your real space, and that's just bonkers stuff. Love it. Okay, over to the last thing on our list. This is from a keynote from Augmented World Expo. This is my friends over at Haptex, and Joe Michaels is going to be the one giving this talk, but I just wanted to show you their ad for their new Haptex gloves. I'm a huge fan of these because I got to try Haptex gloves many years ago, and I did telerobotics, where I put on a VR headset and I had these gloves, and across the room was a robot with cameras, so I could see what the robot hands were doing, and I could reach out, touch things, feel them, and interact, and they're just getting better and better and better. So let me play the video for you, because I think it's something that is truly revolutionary. And you know, obviously right now it's for industrial training, it's for, maybe medical training, maybe military training, it's for, industrial corporate training when you need to really feel things and touch things. But the motions that they're capturing can also be used to train robots in the future. And also, these gloves are going to get miniaturized, they're going to get smaller, lighter, better, faster, and being able to touch in virtual worlds is magic, and it does complete the circle of immersion. So let's play this here.
Without further ado, for the first time, I'd like to introduce you to the world's first mass-produced premium haptic glove that is designed to use touch to transform workforce training. This is Haptex Gloves G1.
The ultimate work tool is the human hand. 5 dexterous fingers, skin tough enough to work all day, and nerves so sensitive they can detect the finest detail. Our hands are the foundation of today's workforce and the inspiration for tomorrow's. Now, for the first time, there's a training tool that can match the dexterity and sensitivity of your hands. Haptex Gloves G1. The haptic gloves with the most realistic touch. G1 is lined with hundreds of air-powered actuators that bring realism to a new level. With powerful force feedback and precise motion tracking for enterprise-grade dexterity, G1 is uniquely designed for workforce training. It works in virtual reality, helping you build real muscle memory. It works with robotics, extending your reach with precise haptic teleoperation. And it lets you train robot AI systems faster and more successfully with the highest fidelity hand tracking and haptic data. We designed
I'm going to stop it right there for a second, because I actually did this with a needle. I was in a training simulator with them, and they said, stick your finger on the needle, and I did. And it poked my finger, and it scared the crap out of me. It was literally that real feeling.
One from the bottom up to support the most demanding work. Industrial, medical, defense, and beyond. Order Haptex Gloves G1 now and get the best out of your most important tool, your hands.
Awesome. So that has been Daily Tech News for July 10th. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I am off to VRTO, Virtual Reality Toronto. This is where art and science meet, and I'm very excited. If you're going to be in Toronto this week, I'll see you down at VRTO. It is at OCAD, the Ontario Academy of Art and Design. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Cheers, everybody.